Hey everybody, how are you? It's Mira. I'm back today with a use your supplies challenge, and today I challenge myself and you to make shaker cards. So if you have sequins, if you have beads, and they're sitting there in your craft room, not doing much for you, pull them out and let's make shaker cards. Let me show you really quickly what we'll be making today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shaker cards are really easy. No fuse tool required. This is my secret weapon. Self-sealing bags. Want to know more? Stay tuned. Okay, so my secret weapon in making these shaker cards are these. These are called DIY poly bags. They're basically self-sealing bags. I bought them from K-Mart here in Australia. Very inexpensive, and you get 50 in this bag. So woohoo, 50 shaker cards. Here I go. Ready. So this is my secret weapon. These are great because coming off the back of my Killer Paper Pad challenge, I really want to do something really special with this paper pad. This is my Santoro 6x6 paper pad, and I have been totally hoarding this for reasons which you can see for yourself. It is gorgeous. All right, it is so amazing. So this is all the papers that were in here, and I'm coming down now to the last. Well, not too bad. I've been doing pretty well, but I would like to use some of these. So we're gonna see how many we're gonna make. I am going to cut these down. Pardon me. Let's just see what the big difference is. So 6x6, so I would imagine that these are about 5, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose a couple of papers. I'm going to cut them down to size, and I'll come back. All right, so I've got these cut down to size. Now these bags are 4.5 by 6.25. So I've cut everything down to like 1/8 or 2/8 shy of 4.5, just to give you room for the glitter and the sequins to go inside it, to come and go instead of being stuck in the one place. Now I did it. I actually decided to use this cover page. So what I might do is we might start off with that one, just to make things a little bit easier, and then we'll go from there. So like basically so it's facing backwards. If we did that, that's going to be perfect. Okay, so next thing I would do is I would choose the color of the sequences and the beads that are to go in here. So basically picking up colors from the background that either go with or are opposite to. So let me put this aside and bring you my little box of goodies. Now, I have 2 very beautiful friends who love shaker cards and who sent me some shaker goodies. Lolly sent me some. If you check back to my favorite things, I think number 1 it was, the first one we ever did. She sent me a whole lot of these amazing goodies. We're definitely going to be using these. And Jen Vine also sent me all these in sequins. Every single color you can think of, Jen sent them to me. So thank you, Jen. This is one of Lolly's. Thank you, Jen and Lolly, because you guys were on to something, and I resisted forever so long. And you know what? Now that I've found my secret weapon, I'm going to do it. 50. I'm going to do 50 shaker cards. Ready? So, and I've also bought some, you know, like, cause you know, everybody is doing them, and I wonder, you know, well, I love sequences. Why can't I use them? So here I am. I'm here using them. These are little. Actually, my son bought these. He wanted me to use all these so that he could use these vials to make potions. He said, so why don't we do that? So first order is to find beads and glitters to match the colors here. So I would imagine that a little bit of green would be nice. Now, red and green are opposite complementary colors. That's as reddish as I've got. So we're gonna do that, and we need another color to kind of offset it. It's a purple. Green and purple. Seriously, I love the color of green and purple together. Are we in screen? Here we go. So a bit of that and a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and some clear is always good. So I am going to go with that, maybe a little bit of peach as well, because I actually might take that one off and we'll put that one in because that matches her dress with the clear. And I think we might be onto something here. So we've got the paper, we've got the focal image. We don't have a sentiment. I am going to bring in my dies here. All right, so I got a few. Lovely, happy, bliss. These are, if you recognize them, Heidi Swaps. And then these here are Kaiser Craft script. Come on, script dies. Hello, love, today and right now. Okay, so I imagine that she is in total bliss at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut something out of that die. With this die, I used, just to match the prettiness, my glitter, American Crafts glitter card. And I've cut two different colors. I cut a mermaid green, maybe. And on camera, it looks different to this green. And I also cut a pink, which looks a little bit different than this peach when you put them together. So, what to do? And once again, trying not to be too picky, because if you just decide to go with the pink, I would probably swap out that peach and put that in. That'll still go. That'll still go. And, you know, the green in the background. And the seeds will go too. If I decide to not put that in and put this color in, I would swap that out here. We put that in there instead, a green, and then just a few of these. All right, so put some of these in, maybe put this color in instead of that color. Ready? So time to play here. So I'm just going to switch off the brain. Now your secret weapon for applying these die cuts is this, your fine line, your fine tip applicator. So we're going to do that right now. And it's just going to go down. I'm going to give that a second to dry. Okay, so this is now dry, and it's important for this to be dry so that so that the sequins don't stick to anything there. Now I know from shaker cards that, you know, Gravity always has the shakers down at the bottom, so sometimes it's best, or I know it's best, that the sentiments are always at the top, so that when you lay your card down, the sentiment is always visible, and the sequins are down at the bottom. And I forgot, for some reason I put it there, so now I feel like I need to have a sentiment at the top here, which is fine because that kind of goes. And shaker cards are what you make them, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and gonna center that all the way up here at the top, like that. Okay, I am now ready to start filling in my goodies. All right, so one of the things I know is that you need to make sure that it goes all the way down to the bottom here, so that you don't get any pesky little bits down at the bottom here. Okay, so I am going to start off with these beads. I'm trying to find a good angle so that you can see what I'm doing. It looks kind of pretty awesome. All right, that's in there. I'm gonna put a bit of this color in. Oh, I love it. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of this color in. Not too much. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. Now, big guys. Oh, no, that's too much. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh. All right. I have to do some emergency work here. Emergency. All right. So if that ever happens to you, that's not good. So just really gently pull as much out, and when the other sequins start to come, that's about as much as you can get out. So all good, day has been saved. All right, so and you need to kind of give it a try, and I still think that there's way too many in there, right? So let's try to try to pull some out here. That's okay. Sure, I can use them on another card. Nothing is ever lost. Okay, phew, we're good. We're good. All right. So I feel like maybe we lost a little bit of color. So let's go back in and put, it's the tripod. I can't get my hands here around the tripod. The glamour of filming. Okay. Okay. I feel like we need some green. Green has been lost. Okay. And make sure the Claire and her face. That was funny. Purple doesn't really go, but it's okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna call this shaker card inclusion bits done. And what I would do is I would just pull this out, right? And I would bring it way, and actually what I am going to do too is add a few extra, yep, a few extra sealing strips. Nothing is worse than a leaky shaker card, right? 1, 2, and the original one is, oh, I've already pulled it, right? Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3 seals, okay? All right, so that little part is done. Okay, and you can't even see the bliss, and I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. That's why you put the sentiment on the top. But you know what? It's kind of cool because you don't think that there's a word down there, and then when you flick everything, the word is revealed. So, there you go. There you go. I'm not going to stress about it. So, now, the next thing you can do is, I buy card and envelope sets. Again, this is a craft pack from K-Mart for 20 pack, pretty cheap. And usually what I do is I usually make my cards to fit these kind of things, but as you can see here, it's not going to work, right? It's just a bit too, so you're going to have to make your own card base. Now, I got a 12 by 12 card here and I split it in half, and I am going to, so this is 6 by 12 and I'm just going to go in half here. Okay, so 12 by 12 in half is a 6 by 12, and then score that in half. I think it's going to give us just the right dimensions here. All right, so like I said, this was 4.5, so I'm going to give it a sliver, an eighth on one side, 4.5, and an eighth on that side, and I'm going to trim that accordingly. So hang tight for that one. So we're back with that, and I've placed my double-sided tape on here. Now all you need to do is just make sure that these all look good there, and you can start pressing down on that side and pulling off on that side. So, one, two, one more down here. Alrighty. Okay, and our card is complete. Now, for the inside, and I always do decorate the insides, I go to my handy dandy Project Life cards. And you're gonna want to find one that is in a portrait position. So just quickly looking through my portrait style PL cards, I've come across that one which matches her dress, and that one which just matches my life, really. I love that one. So let's have a look. Oh, that is just gorgeous. I love that. And you know, it pales in comparison to that. Really, really, really. Alright, so I think I'm going to use this one. Now, I am going to have to trim it just a little bit. And, you know, when you do trim it, you kind of start touching those borders, and I don't want to do that. Trimming this one will be a lot easier. And this is beautiful anyway, very vintage. Alright, so I am going to trim that, and I'll be back.